Yo, today we're gonna remake Skrillex's Rumble. So I saw this new release by Skrillex of his new album and I had to remake it. This thing sounds amazing, and you may ask me, how did you remake it? And the simple answer is, no idea, because I really suck at sound design, but let's still check it out. I'd say we got like a 80% match, maybe less, who knows. Okay guys, so really simple project right here. I really try to remake this. It's sounding okay, right? So let's start with the drums, guys, really simple. Okay, to be honest, I just stole this kick from the original track. Sounds like this. Really amazing kick. If you guys want to know how to steal kicks from your tracks, I'll do a video explaining that, all right? Then we just had some simple hi-hats. Simple snare and a sort of stabby sound. By the way, guys, I'll also be releasing my first track of 2023. It's the first time I've seen it on Song of Mine, and it will come out on January 27. So if you want to check it out, just go down to the description and the link will be there. And click pre-save, please. Pre-save. Unless the single has already come out when you're watching this video, then just listen to it, all right? If not, just pre-save, okay? Pre-save helps me. I'll do pre-save, okay? Thank you. Okay, I pretty much did no processing on the mixer track for the drums because it already sounds so good. Moving on, guys, we got the bass. It sounds like this. I added a small automation just so we wouldn't clash with the kick, all right? So this is a volume automation. It goes like that. The way I made this is it's a serum bass. It goes like this. All right, as I told you, I'm really bad at sound design. So the way I did this was I saw a tutorial on YouTube, actually a YouTube short. Not remember the name of the YouTuber, but I'll leave it down in the description if you want to remake it. But as you can see, it's a really simple 2 oscillated bass. The first one is an odd pass with 7 unison. Then there's some distortion filtering for the FX, and LFO1 is also modulating the level and the FM from B on the first oscillator. And that's pretty much it. For the mixing of this, I just added some sausage fattener to give that nice and sweet distortion. And then a fruity balance. This is to do the volume automation. So if you listen to the bass without any distortion, it sounds like this. Then we have the distortion. All right, obviously it sounds way louder with the distortion. You can't really hear what it's doing because I didn't do any gain staging because
I'm a dumbass.
Moving on to the subby part of the bass, it is composed by 2 different layers. How I did the first one, as you can hear right here, is I just used the original kick from the track. Then in the mixer track, I just added some EQ to cut off the low end and a lot of the high end. Then another EQ to boost a bit on this 100 frequency here, just to give it a bit more bass, a bit more pump. And then last but not least, a volume shaper to give it that sidechain. So before any effects, it sounds like this. And then after the effects, we get this. Right, so the second layer of the bass, because it has 2 layers, it's just the exact same kick, but I removed the low end as well and the high end. You can see it is the original kick as well. Then I also boosted these nice frequencies at around 300 Hertz because I felt like that was also boosted on the original mix. So after the EQ, it sounds like this. Together with the other layer, this without, then with. And yeah, so let's listen to the drums with the bass. Don't forget, guys, that you can get this project FLP for free, so just go down to the description and click the link. Last but not least, guys, moving on to the lead, this is how it sounds, and trust me, it took me a long time to remake this. So it goes like this. Right, so it's also a serum synth. It was hard for me to remake this. I only got it because a good friend of mine, David Ritt, made a YouTube short with it, and you can't really see all the details in serum there, but I just kind of got the basis and build up from there, all right? So if you want to get this preset, you just really got to go to David Ritt's YouTube short and spam him just saying, give us the preset, give us the preset, right? I'm sure you'll love it. I'll also leave his videos linked down in the description. So once again, simple lead, it's a 2 oscillator lead. I noticed that David used a 16 unison voice right here, and it really sounds pretty good. Also, he used a reverb on the filter, which is something new that I never used, and this is how it sounds. Right, for the FX, I just added some hyper dimension to make it a bit more wider. I added distortion and distortion, compression, and also a bit of EQing. I also boosted the 300 and something hertz right here, all right, to give it more punch and more attack. And the rate for this is also at 116. All right, and if you check David's short, you'll see that his sounds much better than mine. For the processing of this, guys, I just added some EQ to cut out the low end, a Camel Crusher to give it a bit of distortion. This is the British Clean preset. And then some Valhalla Room, just a tiny bit. You can barely hear it. And then at the end, I add some sidechaining. If you play without it, it goes like this. This is the magic, and the King Skrillex really is good with this stuff. So you just add a little sidechain on 1/16, and this is how it sounds. Also, if you notice, this is always the same note and it sounds like this. And then what I did to make it sound like the original one is to add some pitch bending automation. How you do that, you go to the lead and you mess with this pitch bend knob. You just mess with it, then you go to tools, last tweaked, and create automation clip. This is what you get. And remember that if you want to pitch it more than it is at default, you just gotta change the pitch bending right here. Because it's only at 2 semitones, if you want to go lower or higher, you gotta just change it, all right? So with the automation, it sounds like this. And that was it. Let's check the final result. Thank you for staying until the end. I hope you enjoyed this remake, and if so, here's another one I remade a few weeks ago, so just go check it out, all right? Take care. Peace.